Hi everybody. I'm doing something that I do every once in a while, and that is revisit my business blog planner. So some of you guys know I use the Epic blog, love it. So once in a while, what I do is I sit down with it and go back to the beginning, because in the beginning of this planner, what is really cool about it is it gives you space and prompts to talk about what your blog and your business stands for, and kind of work through your whole brand, your mission, your research, anything that you are working on related to your business, not just your blog directly. So for a blogger, I love this, but I also love it for all entrepreneurs. And so this morning, I kind of was, going back and revisiting it a little bit, because I decided to make a teeny bit of a pivot this summer. I've been working on this interview series that will be published on my blog starting in June. The first one did already publish. There's going to be 6 going through the summer, and then I'm going to be working through content that really focuses on the 6-step checklist to escape the 9-to-5 that I've created. And why I brought up the Epic blog planner this morning is I was going through the section that talks about what my blog stands for. Because with this kind of mid-year pivot, so to speak, that I'm working on, I wanted to reassess what I had, thought about towards the beginning of the year of what I would be focusing on. And with that being said, what does this pivot mean? It does not mean Daphne Free at 50 is going away. I'm keeping the YouTube account, I'm keeping all of my social accounts, and I am engaging just as much as always, if not more, in my Facebook group, the Ditching the 9-to-5 Facebook community. None of that is going away. So what's the pivot? By planning in advance and having everything organized and written and ready to go for, as much of the year as I can do in advance, what that's going to allow me to do is really focus on my history blog. So let's talk about pivots a little bit. With that being said, the history blog has gotten more Google traffic, organic traffic, than the Free at 50 blog has in over 3 years. The history blog did it in less than a year. So clearly there are people searching for what's in that content. And part of my whole Free at 50 life was moving to Colonial Williamsburg, because I love history and I love this part of the country and I want to live history every day. And I started that history blog as a hobby blog. It's about the early, it's all about American history. It's called whatamericanhistoryisabout.com. But it does focus, obviously, a little bit more on the foundations of this country, mainly the 18th century into the 17th century. But I do add in other parts of history, of American history, that gives you an aha moment, makes you think a little bit. So you might see a little bit of crossover, because the idea here is what I'm going to go back to with the Free at 50 blog and my Epic blog planner. That is, what does Free at 50 stand for? It really isn't about an age. Free at 50 for me came at age 49, turning 50, but I'm still living that life. And it really is a lifestyle. It's for anyone that wants to kind of look at the rest of their life going forward and say, I want to be in control of that. I want it to look this way, and then making that happen. So going back to the Epic blog planner, I went back and looked at what they call the 3x3 statements, the section where they give you an opportunity to write, what are 3 things your blog will stand for this year, and what are 3 promises you're going to make to your blog community and your readers and followers. So what am I standing for with the Free at 50 blog? Similar to years past, but a little bit extra and a little bit of a pivot. I'm leading by example, which I've always been doing to a certain extent, but I'm really focusing on leading by example, showing my Free at 50 lifestyle and showing you how to get there and what you can do to make your lifestyle choices happen. Number 2, helping with every step of the way. So there's a bigger focus on my 6-step checklist to escape the 9-to-5 again, going through each of those steps in my Facebook community, 1 step per month for 6 months, and then on the blog itself, really diving into each of those steps with other entrepreneurs. So my 2024 summer interview series this year goes through those steps. So that kind of leads to the third thing, and that is my blog stands for confidence, but fear is okay. We're all human, and that really ties into my history blog. And what the driving force behind that was that humans make history. We are multifaceted, we're not one-dimensional, and we have, all kinds of feelings and fears, but we can still have confidence and we can still make things happen. And so that's what the Free at 50 blog as a blog stands for in 2024. What are the promises I'm making to my blog community and you, my followers and readers? Leading by example with inspiration. So that's the inspiration part of my blog. And with the interview series, interviewing 6 entrepreneurs that have taken this Free at 50 lifestyle and done these 6 steps, it's asking their perspective and their advice on each of those steps. That's one part of it, but also leading by example in, kind of pivoting with what I'm doing with Free at 50, really honing in on a specific focus for that so that I can research and do all of the things that I want to do with making the history blog my next chapter. So that's leading by example with inspiration. Number 2, the second promise I'm making to my readers this year out of 3 is sharing resources that work. This is something I've always done. Now I have even more. I have more experience with resources, with the people that create those resources, and I'm sharing those throughout the blog with links. And obviously there's affiliate opportunity for me here, and that's how I want to earn income is passively going forward. I want to write. That's the thing I love. So I really want to share the best things I find with you, and you can know that those have been vetted and there is a reason that I'm sharing those. So number 2, the second promise that I'm making is sharing resources that work with you. And number 3 is I am going to step out of my box a little bit more, and I've created the 3-2-1 take action offer. Now I've created a landing page that's focused on helping people start a blog because I really think that every entrepreneur needs a blog. However, it's a program and a structure that works, and it can be used for other actions. So if you are working on escaping the 9-to-5, whatever step you're at, whether it's the initial step of thinking about it, trying to find your why and shift your mindset and get organized, or if you're further down the road and you know what you want to do, you might have even started a side hustle, you might already be out of a 9-to-5, and you just need to organize your actions and make those things happen by taking the right steps. My 3-2-1 take action offer really is a perfect structure for that. It's 2 months of affordable coaching, 30 minutes every 2 weeks for 2 months for $300, 1 major action, 1 goal achieved. $300, 2 months of coaching every 2 weeks, a 30-minute phone call, 1 major move made. So those are my 3 promises to readers. It is leading by example and sharing inspiration. It is sharing resources that work. And it is offering the opportunity for you to have an affordable coach and support going through your process. That's what this video is about. That's what Free at 50 is about this year. And I'm looking forward to the back half of 2024 with you all.